Walking downstairs, phone in hand, Grayson called for his older sister, Savannah. "Sav, it's true. It's really true. They're pardoned. Mom and Dad are coming home." Savannah rushed into the room, disbelief battling pure happiness on her face. The two fell into each other's arms, crying tears of pure release and renewal. The bond between the Chrisley children, forged through years of trial and unfair judgment, seemed to grow even stronger in that moment. Whatever came next, whatever the future held, the two were united in their love and loyalty to their family. Word of the pardon soon filled their home. The phone kept ringing, messages flowed in from friends, fans, and well-wishers. The media rushed to report the story. Chrisley's pardoned after years in prison, and nearly all headlines captured the raw human feeling at the center of it. A family made whole again. As the hours passed, Grayson remained in a state of awe and disbelief. His thumb seemed to weigh 1,000 pounds in his hands, not from physical pressure, but from the significance of the messages pouring in. His social media, normally a curated view into his day-to-day life, now seemed to reflect something much more profound. A communal sigh of happiness from a family reunited. He decided to go live on Instagram briefly, not to boast or celebrate, but simply to say thank you. His hands trembled as he pressed Start Live, and people from all over the world hopped into the stream. "Hey everyone, honestly, I'm at a loss for words today." His voice faltered and a few tears fell, glimmering on his cheeks. "I just want to say thank you for believing in us, for praying for us, for loving us. Today, a nightmare ended. My parents are coming home, and we're going to be a family again." The comments flowed in faster than his eyes could track, messages of happiness, encouragement, and pure love. As the days fell into a rhythm of renewal and preparation, Grayson kept thinking back to the moment it all turned. His tears of pure happiness were a symbol of something much more: the power of hope, the ability to conquer seemingly impossible odds, and the deep, unconditional love that knits a family together. He started making plans. Plans to be there when the prison gates opened, plans for the first dinner together at home, plans to celebrate the future that had seemed so distant just days before. His dad, the charming and outspoken Todd Chrisley, would surely have a dramatic entrance, a joke to lighten the mood, a loving embrace for each of his children. His mom, Julie Chrisley, the quiet warrior who kept the family anchored through the storm, would probably gather everyone in a group hug, letting silence and love say more than words ever could. For Grayson, this moment was more than a legal ruling. It was a renewal of faith in justice, in unity, in the power of a family's love to conquer all obstacles. His tears fell not just from happiness, but from a deep, soul-stirring recognition that this was a turning point, a new chapter for all of them. As the first rays of a new day fell across their home, Grayson stood by the window, gazing into the future with hope and peace in his heart. Whatever came next, the worst was over. His family was together again, bound by something more enduring than fame, controversy, or tragedy, bound by love. The pardon was not just a legal act, it was a rebirth for the Chrisley family, a chance to write their future together without the chains of the past. Grayson cried tears of pure happiness because for the first time in years,
Todd and
the
Julie
future
Chrisley,
seemed full of the glamorous couple who fell from reality TV royalty into federal prison, has taken a wild turn, a twist worthy of a cinematic masterpiece. After years of legal battles, scandalous headlines, and a dramatic fall from their multi-million-dollar lifestyle, the Chrisleys find themselves on the cusp of a remarkable comeback. All thanks to former President Donald Trump's pardon, which not only cleared their names but might also be their ticket to a massive financial payout. So how did this all come about, and why are many insiders suggesting the Chrisleys could pocket upwards of millions of dollars following their pardon? Let's break it all down: the legal triumph, the financial implications, and the future possibilities for this embattled couple. A shocking turn of events. The Chrisleys were convicted in 2022 on numerous fraud and conspiracy charges. A dramatic fall for a family that had become household names through their USA Network show, Chrisley Knows Best. They insisted all along that the charges were unfair and the result of a conspiracy against them, alleging that key testimony against them was false and influenced by their enemies. For nearly 2 years, their future seemed to be a dark hole: years in federal prison, a dramatic forfeiture of assets, and a legacy in tatters. Then came the shock announcement from former President Trump. Todd and Julie Chrisley were to be pardoned. This move was nothing short of a legal thunderclap, erasing their criminal record and freeing them from their sentences immediately. Why did Trump issue the pardon? Supporters say Trump believed the Chrisleys were treated unfairly by federal prosecutors and fell victim to a witch hunt, a view many of his advocates say resonates with their own complaints about overreach by the Department of Justice. Some insiders close to the former president say Trump was influenced by the couple's popularity and the extensive media coverage their trial received. There were reports of numerous celebrity advocates and political figures petitioning Trump to consider their cases, arguing that their trial was flawed and driven by a combination of political motives and celebrity envy. The financial windfall that may follow. Here's where the story gets really dramatic. With their pardon, the Chrisleys have a clear path to pursue compensation for wrongful conviction and damage to their reputation and businesses. Some legal experts say the couple could file a civil suit against the federal government for wrongful imprisonment and defamation, arguing that their trial was unfair and their conviction was unsupported by proper evidence. Such cases can result in multi-million-dollar settlements, sometimes even upwards of $10 or $20 million, depending on the suffering, financial losses, and future income impacted by the conviction. Loss of income. The Chrisley empire fell apart. Before their conviction, the Chrisleys were raking in a considerable income from their USA Network show, numerous spin-offs, and a growing lifestyle empire, from real estate to endorsements. Once the trial and conviction hit, many revenue streams were cut off immediately. The USA Network canceled their shows, endorsements fell through, and numerous companies cut ties with the couple, unwilling to be associated with convicted felons. This dramatic drop in income, combined with legal fees and asset forfeitures, meant the Chrisleys were not just serving time, their financial future was in ruins. Pardon opens the door to compensation. With their conviction erased, the Chrisleys now have a strong basis to pursue compensation for financial losses stemming from their conviction. This could include lost income from their television show and related endeavors, damage to their ability to negotiate future media contracts or endorsements, emotional distress and reputational harm, costs associated with legal fees and asset forfeiture. Some legal analysts say it's reasonable to expect a payout in a high 7-figure range, possibly even exceeding $10 or $20 million, if a court finds that federal authorities acted unfairly or negligently in their prosecution. The appeal to public sympathy, an asset the Chrisleys could leverage. It's hard to ignore the role of public sentiment in cases like this. The Chrisleys were more than just defendants. They were media personalities with a huge following. Fans were eager to hear their side of the story, and many believed the couple fell victim to a flawed legal process. This groundswell of public support, amplified through social media campaigns and celebrity endorsements, could influence negotiations and jury attitudes if their civil case were to move forward.